again. Happy to be here again. I hope you guys took a quick break, had fun in your break, because we're back with more insights and more insightful talks and great talks and great speakers. So, the next panel is about personal branding. I have I have seen before, or I have noticed before, that you guys are super excited about this panel in specific. Personal branding means a lot to me, and it's something that I've been working on for some time now, without actually knowing that it was personal branding. But then I realized when I discovered the power of branding. Amazing, amazing. So I hope you guys are excited for the next panel. We have some really great speakers with us, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna walk away with great insights and great tips and great also tricks to how to elevate your personal brand. And if you don't have a personal brand already, to start your personal brand, because brand excellence is all about empowering, forging, and impacting you guys to do it also. So I'm gonna start introducing the speakers. I hope you guys are ready, because I am so excited for that. Well, the first speaker is a Moroccan tech entrepreneur. He is a business angel as well, and an African startups ecosystem builder since 2001. Please welcome with me, Monsieur Mehdi Alaoui.
Hello,
Hello.
everyone. We're happy to be with you today, and we're excited about this panel to share and learn from you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Uh, can you introduce yourself in super? I know that your experience is not something that you can introduce in like little words, but if I ask you to introduce yourself in one sentence or two, what would you say?
Oh, it's very difficult to do that, but maybe the top of mind that comes to my mind right now is, in empowering youth in innovation.
Thank you
So
so much for
maybe
doing that,
this
by
is
the
the
way.
mission.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Amazing. Thank you, Mehdi. Well, the second speaker is a senior tech recruiter with an unmatched passion for the work he does. I had the pleasure to meet him, or to be invited by him to one of his amazing initiatives, which is a podcast. And I had the pleasure to meet him before, not physically, but virtually. And we had an amazing discussion, and that's one of the reasons why I invited him to this panel specifically. I'm pretty sure he's gonna give a lot when it comes to personal branding. He knows a lot. He has a lot of experience in that field. Please welcome with me, Youssef Lahbabi.
Assalamu alaikum. Hi
hello,
everyone.
hello,
Happy to be
Youssef.
here.
How are you doing?
All good. Yeah. Joining from Berlin.
Awesome, awesome. So you're back.
Yes, I'm back. I have a new job, and yeah, hopefully I'll be able to give lots of insights from my very short and concise experience. But yeah, hopefully
Awesome,
will
awesome.
be helpful for people.
I'm pretty sure it will be. Congrats on the new job, and
Thanks.
good luck with the rest. If you can also introduce yourself, super quick. I know this is challenging for you guys. Just bear with me.
No, that's all right. So basically, I'm a tech recruiter. So I'm passionate about people. So I believe that hiring the right people for an organization is the most important pillar to succeed. And this is why I chose this field and technology because of my affinity to engineers and engineering and innovation and all of that. And so I specialized in tech, and now I work for a SaaS company. And yeah, I'm also very passionate about languages. I speak 6 languages. I yeah, I invited you to my podcast, Masar Wafkar. So I encourage you guys to take a look at it if you're interested in personal branding. We had quite a few people talk about that. Yeah, that's basically about myself.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you, Yusuf. Well, the third speaker that we will have today with us, joining us in this super great panel, he is an independent consultant in personal branding, and he's also an instructor in online marketing, digital communication, and so on, with over 25 years of international experience. Please welcome with me, Mr. Fady.
Hello, Sana. Hello, everybody, and it's my great pleasure to be with you here today. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for accepting our invite, Mr. Ramzy. It is a great pleasure to having you in this panel.
Thank you. Pleasure is all mine. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome. Same challenge for you too. How would you introduce yourself super
I,
quickly?
I think that can be the most challenging question in today's talk, but let me try to answer it quickly in three different hats. So one hat is I'm teaching social media and online interactive journalism at the American University in Cairo. Second hat is being a trainer and consultant for online marketing. And the third one, which is I'm passionate about, is that I work with C-level executives and solopreneurs to build their personal brands and use it to boost their business. That's it.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, Fedi. And if you guys are ready, we would like to start the panel with the first question to Mr. Mehdi. So, as a business owner, how have you seen personal branding, or voila, how have you seen personal branding impact entrepreneurs and their business?
So thank you so much for the question. Definitely, in this new, era of business, personal branding is extremely important. It's the way how you can, people can see you and can understand what you are doing. I think there's a different step before building, a personal branding. Definitely, when you create a company, this company should have a vision, should have a mission, and you should have also a values. So, and these values need to be connected to, the why we are doing this business, why we are doing this mission. So I think that the first step when you launch a business, you need to align all these elements: vision, mission, and values. Because the path to succeed in entrepreneurship need a lot of time, and it need like a red line that we need to stick on it along this mission. So for my side, I before I launched my business, I try to understand what motivates me, why I want to do this business, and from that moment, I create, my vision where I want to arrive. Then I set up my mission, why I'm doing that, and I define my values that help me to achieve this objective. So if I take my example, I was working on the digital industry for the last 20 years. And in my career, I had a lot of, people that, helped me, open for me some doors. And in a very special moment, I come with a decision that it's my turn to give back to my community. So this is why I start my business uh, that are like a tech hub based in Casablanca and Dakar. So I definitely define my values, and from that moment, it helped me, to start to create my own personal branding. Uh, what is very important in this You know, mission is when you define your vision, you need also to install a leadership that come with the time. Um, you need to create, to build a trust, to create a credibility based on this element that I already speak about it. And you need to create a content. You need to engage with the community, and you definitely need to be authentic, because people will trust you when you are aligned with your mission, vision, and values with on all the step when you develop your personal branding. So yeah, so this is how I can maybe answer the this first question.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, Mehdi. It was really insightful, and actually, it's actually showing that your personal branding helped you a lot with your business, and that's amazing. It's inspiring, actually. Second question would be, how important is personal branding when it comes to job hunting in the tech industry, and what are the key elements that tech professionals should focus on? That's a question for you, Yusuf. What do you think?
So basically, like Maggie said, um, thing like the times have changed, and nowadays the fact is every single person that will interact with you in the real life, or will want to buy from you, or will want to give you a job, will check your presence online. So you can decide to not have any presence online, or you can decide to take it as an advantage and play it to your advantage, basically. If you are like most people, you will not take advantage of it. You will have a very simple LinkedIn profile. You will have the title of what you do. Maybe you'll have a very simple GitHub account that people can find, but that's basically it. So as a recruiter, what I see is that very few people actually have an established personal brand. And what that means is um, it is it can be a big competitive advantage if you just put a little bit of effort into building that presence and improving yourself there. So, and doing those things, putting that effort in, is going to make you a better business person. It's going to teach you certain things that you would not learn otherwise. Putting yourself out there, for example, writing posts, writing what you have done in the past, etc. All of these things are going to be very beneficial for you in your job, in your career later on, whatever you decide to do. So like while you're doing those things, you might think, oh, I'm going to set up my LinkedIn profile in order to find a job. But what you don't realize is if you set up your LinkedIn profile, lots of other opportunities will show up. And that's number one. And number two, you will actually learn from it. You will learn just the fact that you're going to think about what am I about, and you're going to sit down and write the description of who you are. It makes you think about who you what you stand for. So it just pushes you to become a more clear person, because you're thinking about, okay, how do I want to present myself to the world? And in doing that, you're thinking about, okay, who am I in the first place? And you'd be surprised, most people don't do that. And I can tell you this from experience, interviewing thousands of people. Very few people have a very clear idea of who they are. They can explain to you, etc. And it's called having self-awareness. And if I see someone that has a very established presence online, whether that is through blogging, or having a presence on LinkedIn or a YouTube channel, whatever it is, I can see it in the way they interview. I can see it in the way that they answer questions. They are more confident. They are more convinced of who they are. So I would say you can choose not to do it, but it would be basically missing out on a very easy and unique opportunity.
That's amazing. Actually, just you uh, uh, mentioning the power of personal branding, or the power of just thinking about personal branding on, or thinking about a future post of yours, that would make you think about who you are in the first place, that would make you reflect. And that's really important, because the more you know, or the more you are, how do we call it,
Self-aware.
self-aware. Self-aware,
Yeah,
the more self-aware you are, the more opportunities you attract. And
exactly.
that's
I'll
very
add
common.
one thing on that. So I always like to think about job hunt, because the question is about job hunting. I think about it as a product. So imagine yourself, you are a product, you're selling your services, you're selling your time for money, you're selling your skills, right? So when you know better what the product is about, what you are about, then you are able to sell it better. If you don't know exactly what you can sell and what are people looking for, etc., then you're not very effective at selling it. So that's kind of one mental model that I use to think about job hunting and recruitment in general.
Mhm. Yeah, exactly. And since I am profile, yes, a couple of projects are there, but uh, when there wasn't really much of, let's say, me showcasing that. And when I started working on my personal branding on the side as a developer, I became more, as I said, self-aware. I started getting to know myself even more. What are my values? And I'll get back to what Mehdi said also. What are my values? What is the mission? Why am I? Yes, we are on earth for a reason, in a religious point of view, but what's really a mission of yours, or what can you, let's say, achieve in this world, that can also contribute to probably a better, creating a better place for others, or a better community, or better world. So that's really amazing. Thank you. I'm really excited for this panel, because it's making me reflect on stuff. So that's awesome. A question for you, Fedi. I would like to know, as a personal branding coach and consultant, I would really like to know that what you think about the true meaning of personal branding, because it's used a lot. It's often used, but what it truly means, Aula, or how does it differ from professional reputation or professional image?
That's another tough question, but let me try to answer it. Because personal brand, building a personal brand is a huge opportunity that everyone has access to, but not many people are capitalizing on that. So it's not just your personal blog, it's not the podcast, it's not a profile on LinkedIn, it's your own, let's say, influence online for a specific audience where they see you as the subject matter expert. They buy in your expertise. They buy in what you have to say to them, adding to their knowledge. This is the core of personal branding. And let me share my own humble story here about personal branding and LinkedIn, which goes back to Italy. In 2008, I was working over there as a business development manager for an Egyptian company. And at that time, I had no idea whatsoever is LinkedIn and personal brand and personal profiles. And everyone I met ended the meeting saying, we'll be connected over LinkedIn. Ciao, arrivederci, LinkedIn. So I had no idea whatsoever is this LinkedIn. And then I went on LinkedIn, I created my profile. And this is an advice I always tell every single person I meet. whenever you meet any person in professional context, like in an interesting meeting like this, in a conference, in any work environment, just add this person to your LinkedIn network. This is how you build your network. And I kept building the network, and out of building the network, I did so many meetings with new people. And then once upon a time, I just came across a post from one of the people that I just met once. He had a hiring post. He was looking for a country manager for his new company, his new Italian company opening a branch in Cairo. So I thought it was interesting to be the Italian guy in Cairo. So I sent him over LinkedIn. The next day we had an espresso together in the morning. And then my career changed because the gentleman offered me to be a shareholder and a partner in the Egyptian company. So I came back to my hometown in Cairo as an entrepreneur. And then the next year, me and my Italian partner did the same, partnering with a gentleman in Salzburg. So in a couple of years, I became just from an employee to an entrepreneur with an international group of startups between Cairo, Rome, and Salzburg. So this is the power of personal branding. This is how LinkedIn changed my career and my life. So I would highly, highly advise every single person, capitalize on the opportunity right now, start from LinkedIn, build your profile, and network with as many people as possible, adding value to them. And then sky's the limit. It's not only a recruitment platform. It started to be a recruitment platform, but currently sky's the limit for entrepreneurs. It can be a lead generating platform and business growing for many CEOs. It can be an exposure and positioning platform. LinkedIn evolved a lot since Microsoft acquisition. So building your personal brand starting from LinkedIn, sky's not the limit.
Definitely, definitely. Uh, Actually, yeah, as you said, sometimes there is or people are challenged by, or they are not super motivated by starting their journey of personal branding. Why? Because somehow they are scared of to start, or how to start, or where to start from, and everything. But as you said, just start somewhere. Start by creating a LinkedIn profile, for example, and start getting to know yourself. Probably define a vision of yours, a mission of yours, and as you said, it's not a hiring platform anymore. LinkedIn now is more, it has a lot to offer, from networking to business growth to lead generation to, there is a lot behind LinkedIn, and I get impressed each time I discover a new power of it, of LinkedIn.
Just to
uh,
add a little tip, sorry, Sana, for our audience, I just added in the chat a link to a very interesting yet unknown tool of LinkedIn, which is called the Social Selling Index. So I would highly recommend everyone following us just to go to that link, which gives a score to their presence on LinkedIn, not just the profile, but their overall presence on LinkedIn. And they can share back their score here in the chat so that we can evaluate, how well is your personal brand on LinkedIn. Just a very small tip, but it's a very interesting tool.
it's awesome. It's awesome. Thank you, Fadi. Well, speaking of LinkedIn and social media, I would like to go back to Yusuf to ask him about the role of social media, or what you think about what you think is the role of social media in personal branding for tech professionals, and are there any specific platforms or some strategies that you can recommend?
Um, you're asking specifically for professional purposes, right? So
Yeah, from your point of view, it's mostly tech professionals or tech creatives. Probably, I'm gonna call it that. Uh, but it can be general. It can be applied to professionals.
yeah, so generally, what the way that I think about social media or anything online is from the perspective of learning. So whatever you do online, you have the opportunity to learn something new, whether that is knowing about the current market trends, which is going to be very important to direct what you're going to learn next, what you should do to keep your job or find another job, get ideas for maybe business opportunities, etc. So that's number one. So learning, and the second thing is networking. So networking means basically putting yourself out there, communicating with people, and exchanging. And with that exchange comes opportunities to learn new things, get some insights. Sometimes you might just solve a problem by just speaking to people online. So generally that's the idea that I would have going into social media. Um, what I would do, and this is what I recommend candidates and everyone that I speak to, is to subscribe to try to find a list of the most popular newsletters and try to basically subscribe to some of these. So that's the first step in order to know the market trends, in order to know basically what is going on in your industry. Um, and in terms of why is that important? Because that's going to be the source of your inputs. If you don't know what is going on in the market, in the industry, etc., you might not have a lot to say or to contribute. So that's kind of going to be the value that you will give when you interact in social media, whether that is through posting on LinkedIn or interacting with people on Stack Overflow, answering questions, or it could be even mentoring people, and there are some mentoring platforms. Anything you do, it all starts by learning, and then and then the like building a personal brand is about giving value, and when you give value, you kind of present yourself in a certain way. So that's how I would think about it. And like I said, the strategy is subscribe to newsletters and then start contributing, start adding value. You can do that through to various ways: blogging, posting, just answering people, mentoring, lots of things that you could do.
Yeah, true, true. Actually, lately I found myself developing a kind of a routine without thinking about it, without actually thinking about starting it. So usually during the day, I just scroll on LinkedIn and I actually find myself on my notebook writing something, or just because I read it in a certain post or someone shared it in a comment or something, and I'm just I actually find myself accidentally writing that down, and then when that became kind of a routine or a ritual, I started kind of organizing it, or more scheduling it for mornings. So usually when I wake up, before doing anything, I just kind of scroll LinkedIn and try to find some relevant posts. And as you said, Yusuf, people can actually subscribe to newsletters, but also follow people or content creators that probably share so many insights and information that probably you cannot find somewhere else. And the way that content creators create or convey that message of theirs is really amazing. They can be just saying one tip, but they will explain it using a story and using storytelling, also using some really great and appealing slides, or like a picture or something. So it's a really creative way, and I think people started valuing sharing knowledge with others, and it's really amazing. So that's really awesome, really awesome. Amazing, amazing. Yeah, I would like to go back to Mehdi. As you know, a lot of companies in general, tech companies or any other companies providing products or services, uh, they are constantly looking for investors or partners. And I would really like to know, uh, what do you think, or what do you advise individuals who are looking for investors and partners? How do you think they can use their personal branding, or how? how to make their personal branding align with their entrepreneurial aspirations in order to attract investors and partners, and is it really relevant or not?
Yeah, definitely. This is a very important question when it comes to, entrepreneurs that are looking for investor. So I had, the chance to be on both sides, as an entrepreneur looking for investor, and also as an investor getting, um, uh, getting a question and asking me to invest on the company. A tech entrepreneur need to understand that the first thing that investor will do is to go to LinkedIn and check the profile. So definitely, if an entrepreneur that is looking for money don't have a very good LinkedIn profile, you know, we just skip, the this investment or this message. As an investor, I can say, every day you get a lot of, requests coming from tech entrepreneur with their pitch deck, with the story, etc. And when you get like, for example, 10, 20, 30 messages per day, you know, the first thing is you are looking for individual that have a story aligned with the company. So you need to understand in one day you don't have time to go and to read every deck in details. So the first impression that an investor will have about an entrepreneur is how he brand himself. So why? Why? Because as a CEO of a company, if you are not willing, to market yourself, how you will do with your product and how you will do with your company, how you will do with your employee. So this is very, very important. So when I check, the profile of an entrepreneur, the first thing that I try to understand is to find what we call a coherence between everything that he did in the past. He's going, maybe he's doing a lot of things that not are aligned with the same mission. I'm also usually checking, what is his interest, and from that, if the profile capture my attention, I can go deep. I can check the pitch deck. I can create a meet set up a meeting with the entrepreneur and go beyond. But if the LinkedIn profile is not good, I'm just skipping that, and it takes me like less than 15 seconds, 20 seconds to skip and to go to the other request. And this is something extremely important because, as we say, as everyone say, Fadi Youssef, today we are in this age of let's say everything is digital. So if you don't sell yourself correctly, how you will how you can secure the money that I will invest on you? Because if I am investor, I'm investing on you and your company, and I need to have my money back and let's say have create a value of my money. So if you don't sell yourself well, I'm sure you will just waste my money.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, as you said, while saying that, I'm thinking about a lot of things. Since I work also as a product manager, so I get to see a lot of crazy products. But sometimes that bothers me. Sometimes what I think that bothers me is that um, CEOs or entrepreneurs in general, sometimes they do not care about their profiles on LinkedIn or about their personal brand as a whole, without knowing that this is like one of the greatest assets that they can use to actually make their product even more powerful. And sometimes there are really great products, but it's sad that the entrepreneurs or the product owners are not like uh, they're not aware, or they do not give value to personal branding, and it's really sad. But we hope that this could change in the future, because that will open a lot of great opportunities, investment opportunities, and more. So yeah, that's really great. Movie we are almost done. We're actually running out of time, because I've been preparing these questions, and personally I've wanted to know a lot of things, so I try to mix them and actually try to also get the point of view of each one of you guys. And this question is for you, Fadi. Since you meet a lot of clients that are looking forward to improving their personal brand, and you're offering them guidance and everything. Could you just share a quick success story of someone that you worked with who transformed their personal branding with your guidance, and did this really impact their business or career?
Okay, let me tell you one repetitive story, because one of the courses I teach at the American University in Cairo is for the master students. So they are graduates, they are media professionals and content creators. And part of the course is on LinkedIn. So they craft, we call it the 6C strategies, which is the character, reshaping their character and profiles over LinkedIn, consistent content. So I teach them how to create interesting, relevant content to their audience. The fourth C is connections and conversations and conversion. So I teach them this 6Cs methodology. And I'm happy that every semester, at least 40% of those students, they get headhunted from the exercises and the content they create on LinkedIn. They get headhunted in different companies, as well as they work as communication officers in several government places in Egypt. So I'm super happy that it's a repetitive success story. Out of it's just LinkedIn, but if you work professionally on it, sky is not the limit, as I mentioned. And back to what you just said, Sana, only, I mean, personal branding is not only just LinkedIn, but it's very important, because I can see here also a question from Rida in the chat. The company brand and the personal brand, they go side by side. They are very aligned together. It's two sides of a coin. Everyone would remember how inspiring was Steve Jobs, and accordingly, people would love to buy every single product from Apple. Same goes for the success story of Bill Gates, who started in a garage and inspired the whole world with his software. Same as Zuckerberg, who started networking platform for his college friends. So always the personal brand is empowering the corporate or the company brand, and they go side by side together. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, I've seen Reda's comment, which is he said that imagine if we have a person owning a company. Uh, he has his personal brand, but he also has the brand of the company, and that made me think of one of the questions that I put here, actually, because uh, there should be a balance between their personal brand and maintaining also their company's brand identity. I think it's one of the challenges that entrepreneurs face today, and I would really like to know what you guys think. This is a question to all of you, so whoever wants to jump in.
I think I answered my part already.
Indeed.
I think I'll
All
leave
right.
this one to Mehdi. I'm not an entrepreneur yet, so I think
Yet.
he's probably gonna answer that better than I will.
Okay, okay, I will do it. In my personal opinion, this is what I'm doing every day. I'm linking, what I do in my company with my personal branding, because this is part of my mission. If you can link it, but this brand, it will. I think it will give you much more power, because you are talking about yourself every day, about what you are doing every day. So it will give you content, to communicate to your community, and it's aligned in the same sense. And it's possible to don't link that, but I think if you do that as I'm doing, it will give you more credibility. And I just want to add something very important. Um, um, Today, you are the first person when you create a company that commercialize your product by using your personal branding to do that. So this is why I think it's extremely important, to create a link between them. Definitely, if in the same, vision, mission, and values.
Yeah, and actually, I would really like to add something. I believe that if an entrepreneur thinks of starting his own business or her own business, they're gonna think of a business or of a product or a service that matters to them, that probably solves a challenge that they have faced before. So it's kind of part of the mission, or the mission that he is behind in this world. So I think that both are connected, uh, and both should be maintained in the same. They go hand in hand, because it's something that he believes in, and it's a cause that he wants to, or a challenge that he wants to probably resolve. So I believe that they go hand in hand, and it's something that I'm personally facing, or it was a challenge that I've been facing before, because I thought maybe I should have a personal brand that is kind of not aligned with my company's brand. But actually, at the end of the day, I feel that they are both connected, because it's something, as I said, that I believe in, and it's a challenge that I'm trying to solve. Amazing. I hope we have more time to ask more questions. I really had a really fruitful discussion with you guys. Thank you so much for giving us really insightful tips and tricks, and also success stories and examples of entrepreneurs and individuals that used their personal branding to improve their professional life.